What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Probably just speaking to all my boys out here. We are going to go over losing fat without living in food hell. Okay, guys, when I heard of this term food hell, it was coined by somebody inside of my DMs I was talking to, and he said it, and I was like, food hell? That's an interesting way to put it, food hell. And I kind of heard him, the way he described it, I'm like, that's a really good way to describe what you're trying to say. So I was like, wow, I'm going to make a video about that because that's very inspiring. And I bet that you're not the only person that feels that way. So this video, shout out to my man. I want to make this video for everyone else as well to kind of tell you guys what I kind of essentially told him in a more in-depth way, right? So we're going to talk about how to lose fat without being in that food hell. And I'm going to go over exactly what I mean by that. But this is specifically for my guys in between the age brackets of 30 to 50, right? This is definitely, going to apply to you, and I want to help you on that aspect. So let's dive right in, guys. Let's get into it. Cool. So, guys, let me start off by saying if you are a man in that age bracket that I told you guys, and you've tried the fad diets, no carbs, no alcohol, no energy, and it led you to having no social life whatsoever, and at the end of the day, you look down and you still have that gut and you can't even see your dick, this video is for you. I assure you, okay? Because you don't need more discipline. You've been lied to. You don't need more discipline. You don't need more willpower. You don't need to, go into David Goggins mode. You're not a bitch, okay? You just need a smarter system and a smarter strategy. That's it. That's all you need. And I'm going to break down exactly how we can do that for you. So, before I get into it, guys, my name is Zach Monaco. I've coached many men like yourself that are in between those age brackets of 30 to 50, and they fall under numerous responsibilities. Some of them obviously include the most important one. You're a dad, right? You're a business owner, high stress career, you're an entrepreneur, teacher, accountant, assistant, something like that. Whatever you are, we dealt with all of them, guys. High stress careers in general, but they all fall into the same bucket of guys that are already training and consistent, but they can't seem to lose that stomach fat without their life completely falling apart, without them feeling like they have to think about food all the time, without them feeling just feeling like garbage every time they look in the mirror, right? That's no way someone should live, and I've been there, and I don't want anyone to feel that way. So I'm going to show you exactly how to lose fat without being in quote unquote food hell. Let's break it down, guys. So, cool. So, the truth that no one tells you, fat loss after 35 doesn't fail because of your age. It's not because you're getting older and oh, my metabolism's slowing down and all that bullshit. It's not true. I've seen many people that are 60 years old and they're thriving. They're in better shape than me, right? People fail because you're using strategies that once worked for you when you were in your 20s. Because when you're in your 20s, you most likely, what did you do? What do most people do when they're in their 20s? They go out to party, they go out to drink, they eat fast food all the time. They basically treat their body like a garbage can, and then they feel the repercussions of that when they're in the 30s and 40s, right? That's most people, right? So they're using strategies that work for them in the 20s because when you're in 20s, you don't need any strategy. You just do whatever you want, right? But obviously, things catch up to you, and you don't want to have to learn the hard way. But sometimes people do, and we're at where we're at right now, and we got to deal with what we're doing in the present, right? Most people have quick wins that are followed by quicker falls, and what I mean by this is they'll try everything under the sun, and they'll still fail. They'll still try the extreme dieting. They'll still try to cut out all their carbs completely. Oh, no more pizza, no more French fries. What ends up happening? What ends up happening? You end up binging, right? You end up going overboard when you shouldn't have done it in the first place. You overtrain. You think if I compensate really hard in the gym, that's gonna make me better when it comes to what I eat in the kitchen. Or when I go out to fast food, I'm not gonna feel guilty about this McDonald's burger, right? Not true at all, right? Relying on motivation, willpower. We all know if you've been in the gym for any day, for anything longer than 1 week, you know that shit is fleeting. It's not going to be there forever. It just isn't, right? It's not any of that, guys. It's just a strategy problem. It's just a systems issue that you're lacking. So, what is food hell? Like I just mentioned, we've heard of food hell now. I've introduced you to the concept. What is it? It's just mental fatigue. It has nothing to do with calories, nothing to do with macros, simply mental fatigue, right? And examples of this mental fatigue I'm talking about is thinking about food all day. You have food noise. when it's just in the back of your head, ooh, I can't wait to go to Raising Cane's, ooh, I can't wait to go to McDonald's, all that, right? Feeling guilty after eating those type of meals because you don't have a system that allows you to be able to enjoy that when you can, and it just makes you feel guilty because you're just like, damn, like I just sabotaged my gym session, right? Avoiding social events altogether. You're very hesitant to go to birthday parties. You're very hesitant to go to Christmas parties. It's something to feeling a ping of anxiety about when that's the opposite of what it should be. And then starting over every Wednesday, right? I mean, starting over every Monday. The start of the week. Oh, how many times have we told ourselves we're going to start a diet on Monday? How many times have we told ourselves we're going to get the best shape of our life in the new year, right? January just passed us, right? The first month is already done of 2026, right? So, like, how many people have promised that and they've already fallen off? Probably a lot, right? If your plan can't survive real life, guys, newsflash, it's a bad plan. It's a bad plan. If you can't do every single day with what you're doing, it's not sustainable. It's not going to work, right? What I've been doing for years has helped me because it's sustainable. It's got me to the place that I am because I can do it every single day without having to think about it, right? So, three rules to lose fat without suffering. You don't need clean eating, you need consistent eating, okay? Protein at every meal, simple, repeatable foods, which is going to be something that you can make and meal prep on the weekends real easy so you're good for the week. And then plan flexibility. So if you do go out to the restaurant with your family or you do go out to that family event, you can insert that cheat meal and you can enjoy that without having to feel guilty. No more cheat days. If you're someone that does cheat days and you screw off on breakfast, lunch, and dinner and, have a snack after that and dessert and freaking drinks, then yeah, no shit, you're out of shape. Like, because you have an entire day where you're eating like 5,000 extra calories that like screw you up, right? Plan flexibility is you already know, okay, I'm gonna go out to a restaurant, I have this many calories set, and that's just the mental work that it takes to get through that. But it does take some time, and it all comes from having a structure, a proper structure for yourself. No restrictions. We're not restricting anything here. Okay, so the first rule for you guys, I just talked about this. It's just eat for structure, not perfection, right? I just talked about this. I'm gonna skip it over. Number two, train to build muscle, not burn calories. You don't need more sweat. You don't need more effort. You need more strength, mental and physical. Lift heavier in the gym. A lot of people are very complacent with the weights that they're doing. They've been doing the same weight for 2 to 3 years. They're not wanting to push themselves. Them not wanting to push themselves is exactly why they're in the place they are. Progress over time. Guys, progressive overload, right? That takes time to slowly increase that weight over time. And then stop chasing exhaustion, soreness. Some people work out until they feel sore, and I feel bad for those people because that's just a terrible way to go about it. Mm. You should not be leaving the gym feeling like piece of shit right after your workout. That's not how it works. That's not how muscle growth works. That's never how it was. You got to train to build the muscle, not annihilate it, right? And not certainly not hope to get a good burn of calories because that's not where the majority of calories are burned in your workouts. That's not how it works. They're burned at rest. They're burned at home when you're eating food or when you're in a deficit and whatnot. Muscle makes fat loss easier in general, guys. For every pound of muscle, I believe you burn 6 calories at rest. That's amazing, right? That's amazing. If you just put on enough muscle mass, you could easily burn 500 calories like freaking in an instant, right? It's amazing. Probably not 500 calories. I probably did the math wrong on that. My bad. Rule number three, plan around, not against your life. Guys, a lot of people try to plan outside of the chaos when they need to make sure that they're including it. Chaos is a part of life. We've all made a plan. Life happened. It screwed up that plan, right? What happens when that happens for you? Do you derail yourself and go down even more? Or do you bounce back and go up and then you still land at the destination that you had planned to in the original plan? You got to determine who you are in that place because if you're the person that spirals down after life inevitably hits you, after life inevitably hits you because it always will, then you're never going to see results. You got to be able to have plan A, and then when plan A gets screwed up, plan B takes over, you get to where you want to go. right? Most diets fail because they ignore reality. Straight up. You're not thinking about your actual reality of how you actually live your life. You're in a fantasy world of like the perfection of who you want to be. You're thinking you're living the life of who you want to be when you're currently who you are now. That's just not how it works. You got to take what you are now and plan around that. Obviously, do think about who you want to be and manifest yourself, but put in the work to get there. But obviously, you got to plan for who you are today in this moment, right? What happens when most diets fail because they ignore reality? They're not accounting for stuff like alcohol. Social meals are never planned, and busy weeks get never get adjusted like they should be, right? Real fat loss, guys, fits into your life, and it's not a fight. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to be like, oh, like I gotta make this a drag or something. That's not how it works. You fit it into your life, and it's a priority for you. It's gonna get done. Okay, so what does real fat loss actually look like? Guys, if you're doing it right, real fat loss, oops. Okay, real fat loss is boring. Straight up. Fat loss is not sexy. If it's boring, it's a good sign. It's probably working, right? Because it's very monotonous and it's very much you're in a calorie deficit. You could be in a little bit of a mood and whatnot, and your body is giving you signals and you gotta listen to it and stuff like that. But for the most part, you have stable energy, a good enough energy, more than enough energy to get throughout the day and thrive. Predictable hunger. Oh, you know exactly what times of the day, what windows you're gonna be hungry at, and you read your body more. I love fat loss phases because it teaches you a lot about yourself and your actual body, and it's so cool too. Better workouts in general because you can actually see your striations, you can see your veins popping through, and it's a really cool sight. And in general, guys, who doesn't love their clothes to fit better, right? Who doesn't like their shirts, hugging against their arms, and you can see your abs through your shirt. That's freaking amazing, right? Chaos and fluctuation when it's all going over the place and it's all over. Now that is a sign, a sure tell sign that you are screwing up somewhere. Straight up. That is a good sign that you are screwing up because fat loss is steady and it may sometimes it does go up, but it's like the stock market, man. If it's going up and down, up and down, up and down, it's still in an uptrend. It's still gonna go up, right? Or in this case, lose weight, you're gonna go down, whatever. Now, with everything that we just talked about, there's one of two options, right? One of two options that you can fall into. If you're over 35, you train consistently, but you're stuck with the stomach fat, you're sick of food hell, you have one of two options. You're going to continue to go down this research mode. We've all been there, right? We've all tried to go look into Google, look into ChatGPT, and all that shit, and try to find the missing link. Try to find that missing piece of information that we just never really got to know. We never figured it out yet. And the truth is, guys, most people don't need more information. They need more implementation. I always loved this term. I heard it from a mentor of mine, and it stuck with me for life. I think information without implementation is mental masturbation, right? That might seem like a weird way to put it, but it's so true, right? It's so true. We can look up so much as we want, and we can become as educated as we can be. But if we're not applying what we know, then we might as well not know anything at all, right? You don't need more information, you need more implementation. That's why I encourage you to DM me on Instagram, transcend, right? Obviously, as you can see, right, the little logo right here, transcend transformations. That is the fitness movement, not program, movement that I am involved in as head coach. And we will discuss how we can help customize a plan to your specific lifestyle, your training, and give you training and nutrition and ultimately change your identity because that's what a fitness transformation is. It's not just your body. That's a byproduct. You're changing your mindset and your identity to become the person that you want to look like and you want to strive for. At the end of the day, guys, we want to just see if we can help you out. It's all very much good intention. There's no pressure whatsoever. It's just pure clarity. So if that's something that you are wanting to actually commit to and you're actually serious about, we would love to have a conversation with you. Like I said, DM me transcend as Zach J Monaco, ZachJMonaco on IG, Instagram, and we will reach out, see if we can help you guys. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if it was, leave a like, leave a comment. I'll see you on the next one.